In a world bleached of life, a lone farmhouse stands against a sky the color of rust and sorrow. The wind pushes a creaking swing on an empty porch, a lonely metronome counting away the final hours. Inside, where dust dances in a sliver of light, a young woman named Elara performs the futile ritual of cleaning. On a tattered quilt lies a hand, wrinkled and frail, its paper-thin skin a map of a long life nearing its end. With the last of the murky water, Elara prepares to soothe the fever of her grandmother Maeve. She touches the damp cloth to a withered brow, a small, desperate act of love in a world that has forgotten it. Through the grimy window, all she can see is the swirling, endless dust, the walls of her cage. And from the heart of that storm, a figure emerges, walking with a purpose that defies the wind. A sound, something other than the wind. Elara's head snaps up, her exhaustion replaced by a sharp, sudden fear. Through a crack in the door, she sees them. A visitor, impossibly clean, carrying a strange and intricate machine. The traveler lowers their goggles, revealing eyes that seem older than the dust itself, and a thin, unsettling smile. They have entered her home, setting up their device with a calm precision that feels utterly alien in the decaying room. Her gaze, full of suspicion, is pulled away, drawn instead to the cold glass eye of the camera's lens. The stranger points a clean, steady finger at the dead plant on the sill, a silent, impossible proposition. They lean in, aiming the strange machine not at the living but at the dead, while Elara watches in disbelief. A finger presses a button, and with a soft whir, an intricate iris inside the lens spins hypnotically open. A silent, brilliant flash of emerald green erupts, bleaching the room of all shadow and all sound. From the camera, they pull a glass plate, and on its surface, an image magically swirls into existence. It is the plant, but not as it is. It's a memory of life, impossibly green, with a single perfect red flower. The image is then gone, replaced by the grim reality, the withered skeletal husk on the windowsill. The stranger holds the glowing photograph over the dead thing, offering it up like an antidote to decay. And from the light, life flows back into the withered stem, reversing death in a silent, breathtaking bloom. Elara touches a petal, her skepticism shattered by the proof of the miracle, a single tear tracing a path through the dust. But the stranger's work is not done. Their gaze now turns from the flower to the frail woman sleeping in the bed. Their eyes find Elara's, and they offer a cure for a different kind of withering, a different kind of decay. Her gaze darts between the terrible machine and her dying grandmother, between the impossible cure and the reason she needs it. But every miracle has its price. A fresh plate slides into the camera, a cold, clean sound of a contract being prepared. In her eyes, two futures are reflected: the vibrant flower of impossible life and the frail form of the woman she loves. A memory flashes, of a warm fire, of stories, of a grandmother full of life, a memory of a world before the dust. She returns to the cold present, her hand holding one that is wrinkled and frail, clinging to what is real. Her gaze drifts from her grandmother's face to the looming camera, from the disease to the terrible, beautiful cure. She stands, the choice made. The grief is gone, replaced by a cold, hard resolve as she faces the stranger. The final term of the deal is stated, a price more terrible than she could have imagined, delivered with a calm, thin smile. The words hit her like a physical blow, a pain so deep it can only be seen in the slow, silent clenching of her eyes. But when her eyes open, the pain is gone. They are clear and hard as glass. She has accepted the cost. With a slow nod, the final ritual begins. The camera is aimed, and the very light in the room seems to dim, drawn into the machine. The lens opens, not reflecting the room, but a swirling vortex of a perfect summer's day, gathering its impossible power. A final, silent flash of brilliant white light erupts, and in its glare, Elara stands, a lone, heroic silhouette against the cost of her love.